I have a massive problem with short form content, and I need to rant about it for a little bit because it has been bugging me for a very, very long time. I'm very opinionated about this one, and I apologize. This one's gonna be heated. I just warning you. I think short form content, in my opinion, is probably one of the worst things to happen to content creation and storytelling probably ever. And I'm going to explain myself because that is a very big generalization and I'm going to stand by it. I'm going to talk about the positives first because I can't ignore the fact that short form content, TikTok, YouTube Shorts, Instagram Shorts, have a benefit. And I'm going to get down to the details. I'm going to get down to the nitty gritty here because I want to be very specific about what is good about those platforms and short form and then what is bad. So being specific right from the get-go, short form content is really, really, for the most part, great for streamers. Many of the streamers that you know today on Twitch would not be here if it weren't for TikTok and short form content. Why? Well, Twitch, notoriously, is awful at getting audiences for new streamers. And that is one of the many struggles of that platform. Now, it has happened, and you're like, well, I wonder how these big streamers got big before TikTok, because it did happen. And I would kind of argue that was like one of two things. A, you were either a YouTuber who took your Twitch content and turned it into YouTube videos, or just happened to make really good YouTube videos and do Twitch as well, and people found your Twitch. That's kind of the streamline for that one. Second, you are really, really, really good at a game. I mean, if you really want to think about certain YouTubers, I would kind of go with Shroud or Ninja. These guys are really good at a particular video game, and people want to watch because of how good they are. And those are the two ways. So this new era of all of these new streamers really stemmed from short form content. I mean, Queso is a great example. He blew up over TikTok. That's how he got famous on Twitch. And now he's a huge Twitch streamer, and he deserves it. And it's amazing that TikTok has been able to do that. Little fun fact about me, I was close at one point to doing that. Before YouTube and way before Apollo TV, almost 4 years ago, had a Twitch. That is the Twitch I still have. It's now Apollo Uncut, but before that, it was just me, Colin Griffin. Just totally said my last name. Hello. It was me, and I used TikTok to grow a platform there, and it was working. I was doing it, and it is one of the most, I don't want to get into negatives. It's just, okay, I'm going to pause. I'm not going to get into it. I'm going to stop right there. Keeping on the positives. Stick with the positives. So it is great for Twitch streamers. It is really good for many types of content creation and informational. There are many, I would consider, modernized news outlets. Not, actual professional news outlets, but just modernized individuals as news outlets that are doing really good job of reporting on news that otherwise you would have never heard of. And there's many examples of informational and educational content on short form platforms like and mainly TikTok and Instagram that are great for that. And I love it. And the third thing is, besides Twitch, it can, on occasion, get you traction towards your channel or other bigger piece of content, be channel, a film, or just any piece of bigger media that you do. Now that we're done with the positives, maybe there's a few little things I missed, but those are the big ones. I'm going to get into why I really, really don't like short form content. And I'm going to try my best to break it down. Because there's a point here that I know you guys are all assuming it's going to go. But we're going to talk about, first off, its effect on bigger content creation. I know in just the same breath, I just said that it helps content creators. It helps some get bigger views. I personally think that, oh gosh, this is gonna, oh my gosh, okay. Sorry, I just died on screen. It's already so heated. There's so many examples of short form content really putting you in a very different category than your full length content. And in fact, I think something you have to remember about short form content and the way to really think about it, especially if you're a content creator who's looking to make content, right? And you're sitting here being like, man, I really want people to see my channel. I should make shorts to get attraction. The problem with this is put yourself in the shoes of when you are scrolling on any short form platform. You are scrolling, you're probably laying down, brain rot, doing whatever, you're passing the time or doom scrolling. And you're kind of just looking for the next kick. It's the next hit of dopamine over and over and over again. It has virtually nothing to do with I love this content creator and I want to support their content. I love this person's media, what this person does, and I'm going to support them. There are examples of it working, but on average, most people do not gain traction from their shorts to whatever main piece of media. Again, there are examples, but for the most part, especially content creators, there seems to be almost no correlation. And there's no correlation not because YouTube and TikTok are bad at doing it. It's because the way the platforms are organized, we as people are not being geared towards supporting these creators in a larger way. It is just for a hit of dopamine and leaving. And there's nothing inherently wrong with that in terms of the viewer. The viewer is not doing anything wrong in this instance. But it is bad for almost all content creators trying to use this short form content that they feel like they're forced to use, that I have felt like I'm forced to use, just in order to get more eyes on the content, when all it does is makes us a short form creator. When you make short form content, you are now a short form creator. You are not making short form content just to get views for your larger content. Rarely is there a correlation. If you got it to work, that's great. But as I've seen many times, there's none. There's no correlation. So that's kind of the one things in terms of a content creator side of things. If you're thinking about, it's not really worth it, in my opinion. Now getting into the second whole part of this shorts thing. It really does stem from the fact that I miss the day of when you had to log on to YouTube, or you're sitting down to watch a movie, or you're going to a movie theater, or you're sitting down to read a book. Most of us are all sitting down, going somewhere, getting ready to participate in a piece of media. And it gears us towards really paying attention to what we're watching and how we're feeling towards it. And short form content is not like that. Very rarely are we might stumble across something artistic and insane and we all love it, but we're not geared towards it. We're stumbling across it. It's like we're finding, like, how many times have you found an amazing piece of art on TikTok and someone has been like, man, I'm on premium TikTok? No one says that about movies or YouTube or a good book. No one's like, man, I must be on premium book. I found a premium Barnes & Noble because I got a good book. No, you just found a good book. You just found a good movie. You just found a good YouTube video. And it says everything you say. That's the connotation we're on. That you have to, like, literally, you are commenting that you are on premium TikTok because the content is better, which means you inherently going on the platform don't think what you're watching is inherently that good. It might be funny. And that's crazy. That's insane that we have accepted that. Because in my opinion, we should be looking for nothing less than the best content. And I say this having participated in short form content. Recently, I have. Because I succumbed to it. Because I succumbed to the idea that I need to do it. And like, I should do it. And I just hate feeling like there's that whole other side of things that is just, in my opinion, doing nothing positive for the larger community of content creators and storytellers and artists. It doesn't really draw attention, and there's multiple methods that could be used to get attention towards long-form content that I think we're all deep down craving. Truly. Maybe I'm wrong about this one, but I think a lot of us are craving something more. We're craving it in our media and our films. It's all we hear about in the news. We want more. We want more out of what we're watching. We want more out of the art that we are consuming. We want it to be good. And I think short form right now is the living definition of where we have gone with our media. It directly correlates to how we feel about the rest of it. Because it's gotten shorter and shorter and shorter. But I hope that's changing. I do think that's changing. I do think most people are realizing this. And I do think a lot of people feel this way. And I'm probably not articulating my points that well. I think there's many points I'm not articulating fully. And so I want to leave this an open-ended discussion for you guys in the comments. How do you guys feel about social media? How do you guys feel about shorts in general and short-form content? There's many points I'm missing, and I would love to hear in the comments how you guys are feeling about short-form content as content creators, as people watching on the end of it. I didn't even cover the side of things of just us as people and our attention spans, or being doom scrolling all day for 3 to 4 hours and losing a day. I didn't even cover any of that. And that's a whole other negative side of things that I do think is bad. And I would love to hear you guys' perspective in the comments below. I'll be responding. And I just wanted to share my thoughts because it's on my heart and I'm just not a big fan of it. So if I do start participating in short form content, you should probably start yelling at me and tell me to stop. Okay, bye.